what's going on, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of the Chinedu podcast. I'm here with my special guest, my homie Elliot.
What's going down?
Today's topic, normally for the Chinedu podcast, so we'll be trending topics and things like that. But for today's first episode, we're going to talk about toxic friendships and friendships that probably just need to end. Okay, we're going to bring up some examples. And after this episode, we want to hear from you guys in the comment section. I will be replying to all the comments as many as I can. So please comment, give your feedback, and your stories, though. So we're going to start. Elliot, have you ever had an example of a toxic friendship or a friendship you had to end?
Ooh, I mean, I can't name one in particular, but we all go through life experiencing people in our own way. And then as you become more familiar with people, you learn certain qualities about that person that you don't necessarily want to implement on your life. So yes, I have been in situations where I've said, I think I can deal without that. And more so, I think I can do without you.
Yeah.
And just going on about my business. It's never, I don't never try to make it like a thing of me saying like, hey, look, this is what I've noticed about you. And it just doesn't agree with me. I just continue going the direction I was going and let them go the direction that they were going. Because you try to infringe on anything that's toxic, it's going to start just spewing all at you. So I avoid all those avenues.
I definitely agree, man. Toxic friendships are bad for you, man. Especially as we get older, you get in your 20s, your 30s, and things like that.
My bones can't take it no more.
You have time for it, man. Exactly. Your bones can't take it no more, man. As you get older, man, especially when you have kids, you get married, you have your career, things like that, you just don't have time for it. Like, for me right now, where I'm at with like family, my relationship, I'm a father. I don't have time for the nonsense though, man. And you'll steadily realize that you have certain friends who just aren't ready to like
step up.
Yeah, step
make
up.
Changes, do things that they need to do that will turn around and compliment you on whatever it is that you have going on. Doesn't necessarily have to be business wise, but keeping those around you that compliment certain parts of you.
Exactly, like your
best parts.
Like your circle of friends is very important, man. And I mean, it sounds so cliche, but like who you hang around really will determine how far you excel in life. Like if you're around negative people all the time, even if you're a positive person, eventually they will corrupt your way of thinking because they're the majority influence of your life. Like as when I got back into comedy in 2012. I made the decision like, I want to do this full time. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, there are people around me that weren't with it. When I first started doing African Dad, I had a lot of friends like hit me up like, bro, I just seen your video online, bro. Take that down, bro. What you doing, bro? You embarrassing yourself, bro. You doing this, doing that.
I love African Dad. What?
Man, I know, right? Hey, but I mean, it was part of it though, and then I had the other people who were supportive. People who are creatives like me as well, who believe. And now you fast forward, African Dad is one of my most popular series, one of them. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's all about the circle though, because at that time I had people who I grew up with in the neighborhood,
The thing is, what I and I'm hearing through that is you believed in yourself more than those around you.
Exactly.
And that was the dividing factor in what kept you going.
Yeah, and in some friendships, and this is a hard pill to swallow, but you have some friends who are happy when you fail. They're ecstatic when you fail because it keeps you at a level that's comfortable for them. Mm-hmm. Because God forbid if you excel and you move above them and y'all come from the same place, it forces them to come to their own realities that they might not have achieved the things that they wanted to accomplish.
Yep.
And it's hard too, because I mean I know yourself though. You guys might not know this, but Elliot is the owner of Houston Trend Magazine. Let him know, man. Owns Houston Trend Magazine, which is a lot of work though, and I'm sure you've had friends that believe, and some friends are like, bro, what are you doing, bro? You can't compete with these other magazines already established.
Yeah, I mean that I've heard that so much. Just period. Like you're not gonna be able to compete with the Times. Magazines are dead. What are you doing? No one reads these days, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm hearing this stuff instead of, oh man, it's pretty cool that you're reaching out to, whomever it may have been. You know, that stuff I didn't hear until I started meeting people I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, not saying like anybody in my family in particular. There's, you know, my family is like, hey, if this is what you're doing, do it. Cool, great. Just make sure you do it. But you'll hear folks in your immediate circle say, you know, well, I don't think that's gonna work, homeboy.
Man, I heard it so much, man. Like my first shows when I came back to stand up, because I started when I was 16, but I put it down for college and I came back. So my friends like, man, bro, nah, man, you ain't gonna hit, bro. You ain't that funny like that. Not to be on stage for no hour like that, man. You know, and it's crazy. And it's also and I made me realize that I had to change my circle up. And a lot of the people who I kind of somewhat grew up with, I realized that sometimes you change, and certain people just don't change, and they don't want you to change. And for me, it got to a point when I was realizing, like, yo, man, even when I'm talking about ideas that I have and things like that, man, just the negativity that
the instant backlash.
Yeah, the instant. Oh man, what you talking about? It's like,
you know, I have a prime example. I have a homeboy. Yesterday, he hit me up, was like, hey, I have a really great movie idea. As opposed to being like, oh, that idea is stupid.
Yeah.
I play devil's advocate. Okay, let's throw out all the questions that somebody may have, and let's create answers to these questions. You know, like he had the idea. I'm gonna say I'll let you know off camera.
Yeah.
But he has this idea, and I think it's really, really dope. But also there's questions.
Yeah.
But as a friend, you want your friends to help understand those questions and ways around them, so that once they do what it is they're trying to do, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that you're trying to put limits or anything like that. You just want to help them be the best that they can be, and any way you can help, you're there for it. You know, dang, I wish I could say the idea, but I think it's such a good idea.
I understand. Look, the crew understands, y'all. Y'all know y'all understand,
you know
right?
What I mean?
No worries. You know what I'm saying? Once it's padded and all that, once it's out, we'll let you know what it was, okay? Once they didn't put it out there.
Once you see it on the screen, it's like, oh,
that's what it was.
That's what.
But I mean, I think it's good to have friends like that, though, and like that's what I mean by having a positive circle of friends, or people who will encourage you, even if they don't fully see the vision, that they'll still like, you know, be enough of a good friend to be like, hey, I might not get it, but I still support you, and let me help you navigate it to where a point where it'll be clearer to other people, you know, that might not understand it, and you need that so much. And for me, like it's a like now, like I feel like my circle, especially in comedy now, because comedy is it can be a cutthroat business, guys. Like, I have
supposed to be.
Yeah, I have a lot of comedian friends, man. But even comedians will tell you, comedians are jerks. All right, comedians will tell you this, okay? Like, it can be jerks though. So my circle of friends in terms of comedy is very tight, and it's a circle for me of genuine friends, and it keeps me motivated, and honestly, it keeps me humble, because when I tell you, in my honest opinion, I think I'm probably the least successful out of my like circle of comedian friends that I feel like are great people to hang out to, and people that I look at as friends and mentors at the same time. Like, it keeps me motivated, because some people think I'm out here just, you didn't reach the level, you done did this, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
You know, the social media will give off that perception.
Yes.
You know, we see that you get over whatever amount of likes. It's like, oh my God, this person's famous.
Yeah.
Not realizing there's a lot of work that you have put in prior to getting those numbers that you're collecting now.
Yes.
And I don't want people to get it confused. When we say get yourself around a group of people that can help encourage, you're not chasing yes people.
Yes,
as much
definitely
as you're chasing people that can turn around and give you creative input, constructive criticism, and still want to be supportive, versus being the one that's saying, oh, no, that ain't gonna work. No, that's not the kind of individual you want. And
the go-getters, guys, you don't want to be in a group of people who are just talking. You don't want to end up in just like a council of friends that's really all they do is talk, but there's no action. Because you have, and it's a lot, especially where I come from, man. Shout out to Southeast Houston, man. Broadway Square, that's where I'm from. Whatever. You'll have people out there, you will smoke weed all day and talk about so many great ideas. You'll talk about it. You'll act them out in front of your friends. You'll joke about it. You'll go in front of your mirror
And then you light up
act
another
out.
one, and then be stuck on that.
Yeah.
You're stuck on that same cycle.
Same cycle over and over again, and it never gets past your couch. That's what we mean about change circle of friends, though. Like, if that's your crew, that's a toxic circle.
I'm trying to remember who it was that said the richest people that die are the people that died with all their ideas and never put them out.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to say it was Will Smith, but I don't.
It sounds Will Smith-esque.
It does. It does. I want to say it was him. I think I took that soundbite from him, but I may be wrong. But the fact that people have these grand ideas every day
Yeah.
will never do anything with them because of how somebody else may perceive it as, or their inner circle's perception.
Yeah.
And then they'll turn around and listen to, oh, that's stupid. Okay, you know what, that's stupid. I won't do it. Which, who wants to buy purple cotton candy?
Yeah. And it happens every day. Like, your circle of friends is important, and it's also important to know when to say no to certain friends or when to cut certain friends off. Like this is an extreme example. Okay, these are friends. These aren't friends that I know. These are people that more acquaintances. I had one person inbox me last week asking me for $3,000. Hey man,
how do you get to a point where you're asking someone for that kind of a money? For that kind of, first of all, to ask for money. If you're not, I barely have it in me to ask blood
bro
for money.
Man,
you know how much energy it takes for me to mutter the words.
Man.
Can I borrow?
I have viewers right now that are still at 3,000. Okay, people can say, I know y'all can't believe you can't, and I'm the same way. Like, it's hard for me to it was hard for me to ask my mom for money when I was a teenager. It was hard for me to ask for that because I feel like, especially as men, too, man. I feel you get it on your own too. There's nothing wrong with needing help or whatever though. But I'm saying,
go figure it out.
Yeah, it's how we happen. Especially when we from out here in Houston, bro. You better make it happen on your own, man. It's a sign of weakness when you out here to me just like begging people for stuff like that. You can get it yourself, and it's almost like for me like this is a person who showed no love, no support in anything I have done.
And
anything.
And here's the caveat to it. It would have been different if he would have said, "I have a $3,000 idea." Well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
What do you say? That's different.
Completely different.
That's different. And whether or not you have or wanted to give the funds would have been completely up to you.
Yeah. Not that I would say yes automatically. Don't get
No, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? You can throw an elevator pitch all day and never get a cent.
Yeah.
But the fact that you are looking to trade something for something.
Yes. And not just happening.
If you give me this $3,000 now, give me a couple of months and I will turn around and give you 6.
Yeah.
That is how that is supposed to work. If you ask somebody for the money, what are you using it for? Double up, show them the appreciation.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, unless you're close friends or family with these people, you can't ask people for certain things and expect them to do it for you just because you want them to do it. Like, this is, in any business, how will it benefit that person? Like, there was one person who sent me, they sent me a shirt in the mail one time, whatever, and I got it, whatever. It was like, I sent you a shirt. I was like, yo, I appreciate it. Hey, man, wear it in the videos, man. Like, all my comments. Hey, bro, wear that shirt I sent you, man. You ain't wearing it. Bro, do you not know that I sell shirts too? Mm-hmm. Do you not know that? And do you not know that I use platforms to promote stuff? People pay me to promote their brand.
If you don't be so much of a online hog about it, you might have been inclined to want to rock the tee.
Might wear it in a skit one day, but like you in my conversation.
But now that you're being a jerk,
as if I owe you something.
Hey pimp, you can have this shirt back, bro. You can have it back.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get it, it's gonna be a wash rag to my car.
Yeah. And literally, like, I mean, was in multiple videos.
It's people gotta be humble, man.
Man, that's up almost.
Humility in people.
It's up almost to exist.
It's got to increase because, people have this neck for wanting to be put on, and I get it. I understand it because you get tired of being stuck in a certain situation for so long, and you see an avenue, and the first thing you want to do is run down that avenue as fast as you can because you believe at the end of that street is Made Boulevard.
Yep.
And when you find out that you got to go a couple of more blocks to get to Made Boulevard and probably fall down a mountain.
Yes, a couple of mountains.
And take a few bumps, you're going to be like, oh, no, wait. There's got to be a different way to get down there. It is not.
It's not easy. And I tell people all day, one share from somebody will not make a career like that. In some cases, it can help people. But in most cases, it don't.
It's Instagram, people.
Like,
it's Instagram.
Share my video, I'll go viral.
The first word in Instagram is Insta. It's gone. That. Finito.
Yeah.
Get out. Connect with people. Connect with real people. That is how you are going to build a consistent following.
Yes. And I'll tell y'all real talk right now. For me, what helps with what I always do is along with the videos and things like that too, like, is you have to really engage with your audience in real life. Like, these videos are great, but I do live shows. That's like what I love the most. I love live shows more than videos because I can see the people, I can hear the laughter, I can engage with them, I can shake their hand, give them a hug, and they come out, things like that. Speaking of which, though, by the way, I do have a show coming up December 15th at the Berry Center. If you live in the Cypress or Spring, Tomball, Woodlands area, or if you're in Houston, or you just want to come on out, I got somebody driving from West Texas, 7 hours to the show.
Wow.
Driving 7 hours to the show, West Texas. Shout out to Brenham. That's his name. So if you guys want to come on out to the show, it's December 15th at the Berry Center. VIP is already sold out. Tickets are available at ChineduOgu.com. Go ahead and click the link in the comment section. Get your tickets right now, or maybe in the bio above. Wherever you get tickets at. Eventbrite, my website, get them tickets. I'll see you there at the Berry Center, December 15th.
Boom.
Yeah, a little drop in there though, but
you do that so professional.
Yeah, you gotta throw them in there. Throw them in there.
And the way it's like you just ride, it's just segues is immaculate into those things, man.
Got to, man. Gotta throw them out there. But I do also want to talk about too, in terms of toxic friendships. My guys that are listening, this information applies to us as well, though, because I know when we hear things like friendships and needing to evolve and grow, we think those are like feminine terms, like, oh, that's just girl stuff. It's not. Women just are more articulate how they can express these things than we are.
You know, and now that you say that, the funniest thing that I have noticed the difference between women and men. Women will hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, don't you know, like
yeah.
You can go on and on.
Yeah.
But guys will be like, oh, that's
hey man, that's not my business, man. I ain't trying to get in there. You know what I'm saying? But and that's not the right thing to do though. Like, if we're out here, like, if we have friends that have told us, bro, I need to stop spending money on weed, I need to stop drinking, stuff like that though. Mm-hmm. And we out with them and they buy and drink, be a friend and hold them accountable. Like, bro,
hey, man, you said you wasn't gonna drink. What happened?
What happened to that, bro? Come on, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, chill.
Nah. Matter of fact, give me that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it to this girl.
Yeah.
And you gonna figure it out.
You learn this lesson, okay? And if you do it again, let me know, because other girls will keep too.
You know what I'm saying? I got my eyes on you. Matter of fact, she gonna have my eyes on you too. She gonna be helping me. What's your name?
Yeah. Exactly.
But
we use the money to help teach a lesson, okay?
You know what I mean?
But
it's accountability, guys in particular.
Yeah.
Because I believe girls and women do it tremendously well.
They do, man. They do better.
You can see a group of women who are friends that will be that way till they're old and gray.
Yeah. And
guys, we will remain friends because we understand that when we see each other, we all got our own
business. Yeah, it's your business, you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's just like, but come on, guys. It's not healthy to be a good and accountable friend. To be in someone's circle of friends, we have to have accountability amongst each other for real. Though. It's the only way to do it. Though. The only way to succeed though, because now, like, when I look at my circle of friends now, it makes me want to get up and get back to work harder, and things like that. It makes me want to be a better father. You know, even though I'm a good dad. Okay? I'm a good dad. Okay, I go my child every day, take care of my child every day though. But I see my other friends, they take their family on trips and things like that. I'm like, man, that's my family on a trip.
You know, my cousin David Anderson. I look at him a lot as far as the things that he is doing now, and you know, and the things that he has done since Jesus Christ, he was 16, and the moves that he's made, how he does things. That's always a consistent inspiration for me.
Yeah.
You know, And he even on some projects he'll pull me in on things like that. But it's things like that that people have to kind of find in each other. You have to find what inspires you about that. I mean, from that person, what inspires you? You know, like I can look at you and say, this man's work ethic is incredible. I need to ingest some of that, if that's a proper use of that word.
Pause.
But I need to take it, utilize some of that for myself so that I can turn around and then be on that same level. Or whomever it is, and it doesn't hurt the person to say good things about them while they are sitting right there in front of you.
Come on, man.
You can tell your homeboy, like, hey, the way you do X, Y, and Z, man, that's dope. The building that we're in, the guidance on it.
Yeah.
I'm consistently in Q's ear and telling him how well they are doing.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Media Block, by the way, too, man. Great help for a lot of your multimedia needs. Okay, they got podcasts in here, they got sound stage, a photography studio, shop in here. A lot of these. Shout out to Media Block again. Okay,
Yes.
much love those guys.
And then the stuff they're doing here in this corner is nuts. This is like a black mecca of multimedia content creation. Whatever it is you're trying to do, it can be done here.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that as like a promo-y type deal. No, literally. Doesn't
Legit.
matter. Whatever in the creative world you are trying to do, it can be done here.
Yeah. And the thing too, and again too, like this person owns a magazine. I'm in media. They own a media hub. We're in each other's circles of friendships. You see how it's a mutualistic relationship, how we can feed off each other, inspire each other, motivated. And that's what you need to do. So if you're a person, you want to vlog and things, if you're watching this right now, and let's say you work in a regular 9 to 5, but you want to vlog, you want to do something different, put yourself around people who do those things. You can't expect, and at the same time, you can't expect your friends now to understand what you're trying to do. And sometimes,
especially when they're going their own direction.
Yeah, and sometimes they just won't get it. And sometimes friendships, it doesn't mean you can't be friends anymore, but it does mean you have to divert your time elsewhere to your own dream, because this is your life, your dream. And your dream doesn't mean they have to be your friend buddy every single day.
Yeah,
You
no.
know?
It basically it means when you're out there on your grind, you got to figure out who else is in that circle that can help service you to where you're trying to get to where you're going, and vice versa.
Yep.
That is in my between me and my brother, and how I like how he puts things. You got to figure out how you render a service. Go to those that do the same, so you can then learn from them, and then help push each other forward. I can't think of any other way to say that.
Exactly. And again, guys, it is perfectly okay to end a friendship that you feel is toxic, okay? If it's toxic, let it go, okay?
Let it go.
I mean, some people too, man, like, if you...
Can't say
Let it go, man. Shout out to Frozen. I mean, it's good for you, good for your spirit, okay? And we all have friends like that, too. So it's that one friend that, I mean, just because they agree with everything you say, y'all talk deep, that y'all think something good, it's not good for you, okay? Let it go. Let it die.
And even in the situation to where it's somebody that you grew up with, it's not that you're saying, hey, you're done. Get out of my life.
Yeah.
And if you're in a bad relationship with somebody, you may need to do that.
Yes.
But if it's a friendship, you can say, hey, look, I just need you to respect the fact that I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm not going to be able to be here all the time to do nothing with you.
Yes.
To do nothing. Then that's...
This is what it is, guys.
You either get up off your couch and make a move, or you don't, and folks just gonna be moving around you.
Yes, so in conclusion, circle of friends is important, okay? Remove toxic friends. If it's toxic, let it go. Build your circle up, okay? Literally, as if this were like the Avengers. If you were on a mission, the mission is your success.
You are the Nick Fury of your friendship.
Nick Fury, who are your teammates? Who's your Iron Man? Who's your Captain America? Who's your Thor? Can they live up to it? Ask yourself that, okay? Analyze and reassess and make the adjustments, okay? But we're gonna wrap up this episode of the very first episode of the Chinedu podcast. I want to thank my special guest Elliot.
Thank you for having me.
Be sure to check out Houston Trend Magazine. It's one of the hottest magazines in our city right now, guys. Check them out. The information will be in the comments below as well. Be sure to follow Elliot on all social media platforms. Let him know.
At Elliot Guidry, at Houston Trend, HoustonTrendMag.com. You name it, I'm there. Just look me up.
Excellent. And we also that's one thing. All of our Patreon supporters, though, the Patreons, you guys will be in the bonus episode later this week. Shout out to all of our Patrons. So if you support support this podcast and Chinedu, period, join the Patreon, patreon.com/Chinedu. For $5 or $10 a month, you can be part of the Masters Club for $5 a month, which gets you a lot of great content. Or you can join my Taco 10 Club, which gets you even more bonus content, though. So there are 2 levels to it, 2 tiers. Support the podcast. We love you guys. Come see me live December 15th at the Berry Center in Cypress, Texas. But other than that, this is Elliot. My name is Chinedu, and this is the episode of the Chinedu Podcast. Guard yourself and your peace. Friendship is the topic, okay? Do what you gotta do, right? Much love. Peace.